Welcome. We're talking lenses today. Talking this lens. The Samyang 24mm 1.8. So to be clear, this is not a super technical video. I'm not gonna talk about all the diagrams and super duper in-depth sharpness and stuff. This is more of a kind of hands-on and what I feel and what I felt using the lens and what I think about it. 24mm as a focal length is really versatile. You can shoot landscapes, you can shoot astrophotography, you can shoot street photography and so on. I have a zoom lens 17-28. For some reason, when I shoot landscapes, I always tend to be at 24mm. I don't know why, but I really like the look of it. So I had the lens with me for my trip up to Lapland. We had some beautiful autumn colors with beautiful mountains, but we also got some northern lights. So I really got to try out the astro features of this lens, which I'm going to talk about later. It weighs in at 230 grams, which is like nothing in photography aspects. And talking about weight, so on the outside, the lens has a plastic construction with a plastic focus ring. And my first thought when I heard that it's all made of plastic, as you know, you don't want stuff to feel plastic. It's a bit plasticky, but not in a bad way actually. As it's being so lightweight, it's worth having it in plastic instead of having a metal construction weighing in like 800 grams. I think it's a perk actually. If you shoot landscapes and if you shoot astro, you're probably gonna travel with this one, and having a lightweight lens is so much worth it. However, if you drop this, I guess that it's not going to hold that well if you compare it to a metal construction lens. It's not that bad actually for being plastic. I think this shows a great plastic material for it. So the lens comes with a metal mount with a rubber water sealing gasket, so you can use it in light rain and light snowy conditions. It has a plastic focus ring. You got some really good feedback from the focus ring when turning. I've tried other lenses that are, if you blow on it, the focus will change, and that is not a problem with this one. And it's really nice if you film and need to be precise with the focus. So the lens has a simple switch, which switch between mode 1 and mode 2. And mode 1 is by default set as manual focus. And if you switch it to mode 2, you have an aperture control. You can change the aperture live while you're filming. It's not 100% like stepless, or what do you call it, but it works well. Really neat to have this on a lens like this. And then we come to the focus hold button. This is the coolest part about this lens. So having the camera turned off, press and hold on the focus hold button while turning on the camera, and a green light will appear on the lens. And now you're in astro mode, which is a really, really cool feature. The green light indicates that you have focus on the stars. And if you turn the focus ring, you can see that the light turns red. You don't need to use the old zoom in function or like guess your way to focus. This one, it actually works. And I think it's a really, really neat feature to have. I think it's really cool that lens manufacturers come up with new things in the photography game. After all, a lens is basically been the same for ages. It's really cool that they can implement stuff like that. So I use this feature on this image, and as you see, the stars are in focus. Thumbs up. The image quality of this lens is actually really, really good. To be honest, I didn't thought that it would perform that well for the price tag. Usually on like cheaper lenses, you have to stop down to like f6.3 or f8 or something to get a decent amount of sharpness. But in this case, you actually have a great sharpness already on f1.8. And that is usually something you only see on more expensive prime lenses. In the corners, it's still sharp, but not as sharp. You lose a little bit of contrast in the edges, but nothing to worry about because I think it performed really well. And this is shot on a higher f-stop. So I'm really happy with the image quality. Something I think is really important with lenses is the micro contrast, because that's usually what makes a photo like pop, in my opinion. Having a lens that has really bad micro contrast, there's something with the image that makes it not pop. And I think this lens has a decent amount of micro contrast. I've seen better, but I've also seen way worse. So for the price point, I think it's really good. So it has a STM motor inside the lens for quiet and fast focusing. And I think it delivers just that, quiet and fast, at least as fast as I need it. But I'm really happy with the autofocus performance. I tried it out on my son running towards me and actually got a lot of the shots in focus. And the focus is also really reliable. You can count on it. If you press the autofocus button, you know that it's sharp. Something worth mentioning is that if you choose mode 1, like the focus, manual focus mode, you need to change the camera to manual focus since it's an internal focusing system. So the lens has a minimal focus distance at 19 centimeters and I think 7.48 inches or something. And if you get that close to the subject, you also get some really nice bokeh. I'm gonna keep using this lens. I'm gonna have it in my bag like every day because 24mm is so versatile, especially if you're out photographing nature, because I like a wider range. So to sum things up, I think Samyang has made an amazing job with it. It's really compact and lightweight, and a lightweight lens that can deliver great image quality. What more can you ask for? I'm looking forward to use this lens for some B-roll actually, like shooting products and stuff with a 24mm lens. It looks so tasty, and I really like how you can get up close but still have a wide view. And if you have any questions about it, tell me down below. And I'll try to answer them as good as I can. So if you come this far into the video, I want to say thank you. And if you like the video, please press like. I appreciate that. So now I'm gonna go out, have some dinner, and try to get my 1.5-year-old to sleep. It's not easy. You people with kids, you know what I'm talking about. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.